This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Tonight at 6 p.m., fugitive Eric Freen was captured. And now, as you know, he will face justice here in Pike County.
The governor announcing the news that a suspected cop killer was finally caught. This is FYI for Friday. I'm Ken Cara. It was the news all of Pennsylvania waited to hear. Suspected cop killer Eric Freen had finally been captured. The 48-day manhunt ended last night at 6 p.m. Governor Tom Corbett praised the state police and all law enforcement agencies who assisted in the massive search and the community who provided so much support.
And when this day did come, as had been talked about from the day of the shooting, or the day after the shooting, he was placed under arrest and handcuffed with the handcuffs of Corporal Dixon, which I think is very appropriate. What's also should be noted, that while everybody was out there, nobody else got shot after that day. Trooper Douglas is doing much better. Our prayers are with him. Our prayers are with Mrs. Dixon and her two sons, and with Trooper Douglas's family.
Freen was arraigned this morning before Pike County District Judge Shannon Muir at the Pike County Courthouse. District Attorney Ray Tonkin presented new charges, including first-degree murder, criminal homicide of a law enforcement officer, and possession of weapons of mass destruction. The DA will seek the death penalty. A Delaware man is in prison after allegedly using counterfeit money at several businesses in our area. According to Rush Township Police, 30-year-old Wayne Sanders of Wilmington, Delaware, allegedly used counterfeit $20 bills to purchase items at Sally Beauty Supply, Radio Shack, the shoe department, and other stores in hometown on Wednesday. Police say Sanders then tried to return the recently purchased items to the Laurel Mall. That's where he was apprehended by state police in Hazleton. A search warrant led to the discovery of uncut sheets of counterfeit money and over 150 purchased items inside a car in the mall parking lot. Police say that Sanders allegedly purchased items from at least 18 jurisdictions in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland. Rush Township Police are now working with the Secret Service. Sanders is in the Schuylkill County Prison, unable to post $25,000 straight cash bail. Yesterday marked the annual Empty Place at the Table Memorial at the Luzerne County Courthouse in Wilkes-Barre. The event is held each year during Domestic Violence Awareness Month to remember the lives lost to domestic violence and to help bring peace to the families of the victims. District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis spoke on behalf of the victims in Luzerne County. The program featured a large table representing a place setting for those lost to domestic violence. Each place setting is created by family members who personalize the setting with mementos and family photos. County Council member Rick Morelli presented a resolution proclaiming October as Domestic Violence Month to Paula Triano from the Domestic Violence Service Center. This weekend, you will gain 1 hour of sleep. Sunday morning marks the end of daylight savings time and the return to standard time.
When you roll your clocks back this weekend, we ask everyone to make sure they change their batteries in their smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. It's a good time, it's a good point that everyone remembers when we spring forward in the beginning of the year, we change the batteries, and now we're falling back, we also change the batteries. Because a lot of people, you know, with our busy and hustle bustle lives, we sometimes forget to do them, and this is a great point of effort in that we stress, and it's throughout the whole country, the fire service stresses that now's the time when we fall back this weekend, when you change your clocks, also change your batteries, make sure you have them working. And also, if they're over that 10-year lifespan of a replacement, make sure you replace the smoke detectors.
Some important advice from Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leschko. Today, of course, is Halloween, and we found little ghosts, witches, princesses, and superheroes galore taking part in the annual Halloween parade at Holy Family Academy School on Laurel Street in Hazleton. Students process before family and friends and pose for photos. And what's the difference between a raven and a writing desk? I'm asking because the daughter of FYI Sam Lassant Jr., Isabella, who dressed as the Mad Hatter. I love that movie. Her cousin Alyssa dressed as a baby, and that's how I act when my wife doesn't let me watch Alice in Wonderland when it's on TV. Alyssa is the daughter of FYI's very own Janine Mazurkevich. Hop on a broom. Head down to the Valley, as they say in Hazleton, where students were decked in their favorite character costumes for the big event at Drums Elementary Middle School. Proud parents, family members, and friends all gather to see the array of creative ideas. And taking part in the festive parade, Serena Novotny, the daughter of FYI's Tim Novotny. Now, I had to do research on this. Serena went as Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. She's a human character who was featured in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and will appear in Equestria Girls. And that all comes from Equestria Girls wiki page, so that's where I got that knowledge. From everyone here at FYI, happy Halloween, and thanks for letting me use my research. This Tuesday is Election Day, and SSPTV is proud to be your source for election night coverage. Join the area's most experienced team from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. right here live on Channel 13. Join Sam Lassand Sr. along with our political analysts Dr. David Sosar, Michael DeCosmo, and Rick Morelli. We will also have special guests joining in the discussion. Don't miss that coverage, and again, it's starting at 8 p.m. right here on SSPTV. The Standard Speaker will also have you covered on election night and even before election night, so make sure to pick up the Standard Speaker. And in tomorrow's edition, a visit to a haunted house that attracts 300 visitors every Halloween. You can read all about the spooky details in the Standard Speaker. After this break, FYI is coming back with information on a special Veterans Dinner. And later in sports, we'll check out the Football Friday schedule and get a preview of Hazleton area's game against Berwick at historic Crispin Field.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're back here at Sand Springs in Drums, Pennsylvania, and we're outside because they are expanding once again. And I know the weather's getting cold and we're bundling up, but Stacy has invited us back to talk about what is going on because, again, Sand Springs is having another expansion.
We are renovating our pavilion so that we can do on-site ceremonies and outdoor cocktail hours, as well as other outdoor events such as bridal showers, birthday parties, graduations. And we actually have a special that we're running for weddings for January, February, and March. Every wedding is so different and unique, which is why we created the Sand Springs Snowflake Package. It's designed to have different choices for a wedding. You can have the hors d'oeuvres, the meal, the bar, your wedding cake, everything built into one package at an affordable rate. So you can have the wedding you want with the budget that you're working with.
Now we're going to be talking about the construction here and the phases throughout the coming Fridays here on FYI News 13. But this bundle package is something you definitely want to jump on because it's for January, February, and March. And what are the specifics of that?
With this package, you get different choices. It's a more customized package as far as having a combination platter plated meal. It comes with the wedding cake, a 4-hour open bar. Your linens are included in this package, so it really has everything to make it easy on the bride and groom. They don't have to look at a lot of different things. It's kind of narrowed down, which gives them great choices without the headache.
Now, I got married in December and we had great weather. I think nowadays there's not that traditional we need to get married in June. In fact, the most popular time around this area is to get married in the fall. I know you got married in March yourself.
I did. I really love March weddings. It's great to get married January, February, and March. You have a completely different look to your photos with the look of outdoors, whether it's snowing or whether it's a nice day. You never know what it's going to be like in those months, and no matter what, it's perfect. It's your wedding day.
Right. Speaking of your wedding day, we are still booking here at Sand Springs for outside, obviously not for January, February, or March, but for the summer and the spring of 2014.
Correct. We have some dates open for 2014, 2015, and even going into 2016. So some people are really planning ahead, even looking at 2017. So if you have a date in mind, come to Sand Springs and we can definitely look at availability.
All right, join us next week right here on FYI News 13. We're here every Friday at Sand Springs. We're talking about the progression of the gardens at Celebrations, the newest phase that we're in here today. Stacy, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week right here at Sand Springs.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It's close to midnight and something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze. I stopped Thriller there because I don't know how much I can legally read on the air. And also, we are going to freeze tonight, and I had to tie this into weather somehow. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. 40% chance of rain tonight, 38 degrees for Friday night football. On the extended forecast, Saturday, showers are likely, 60% chance. Our high will be 48 degrees. And then on Saturday night, maybe snow showers from between midnight and 2 a.m., 30% chance there. The low will be 31. Sunday, 27 is the low for Sunday night, so get ready for that. During the day, though, it will be 40 degrees and mostly sunny. On Monday, another sunny day, high of 50. Monday night will drop down to 34. Tuesday will be a high of 55, and on Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 42. Veterans Day is November 11th, and one organization in our area is doing its part to honor the brave men and women who have fought and continue to fight for our freedom. Lisa Sugart has the details.
One of their slogans is, as long as there are Elks, the veterans will never be forgotten. And that is certainly true, not only coming up on Veterans Day, but all year long. Here with me today from Elks Lodge 200 in Hazleton, John Today, who is the secretary of the Veterans Committee for that lodge, and Andy Andrico, who is the chair of the Vets Committee. And they're here to talk about a special Veterans Dinner that is held every year for veterans, and it's free of charge, and it's in all Elks Lodges across the country. Andy, I'm going to speak with you. You're doing it a little early this year, but you want to have that free dinner available for all of our men and women who have served our country.
Oh, that's true. We're doing it on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 2nd of November. We always do it on a Sunday, and this year we just had to take it a week earlier. Usually it's the week before, the Sunday before. But it's free for the veterans, and it's from 12 o'clock until 5 o'clock, and it's a pork and sauerkraut dinner.
Oh, that's definitely a good dinner. Now, you want to make sure that the veterans come out for free, but they can bring their family members, and they'll just pay a small fee to dine as well.
Yes, the dinner is $7 for those who are non-vets.
And for the children under 12 is right. Why is it so important for you guys to do this all the time, each and every year, not only your lodge, but all the Elks Lodges everywhere?
Well, because this slogan that you came out with, that is part of the Elks National Organization. And one of the big things is that for years and years, veterans were really not remembered, cared for, whatever. And now I think it's a big part of it is from the veterans, Elks, that we are acknowledging this and saying that, okay, fine, if it weren't for the veterans, there wouldn't be the United States.
So true, so true. And not only do they do this free dinner, and you could just show up on Sunday, you do not have to make a reservation, so just come on out and have a free dinner if you're a veteran, any of our military people. And you're doing something for the veterans all year long, John. So you want to talk about some of the special things that happen on a regular basis?
I'd be happy to. We do events all year long. We do a tremendous job at the Veterans Hospital in Wilkes-Barre. Twice annually, we give them $1,000 for their incidental expenses, and we provide their hospital week program and speakers and such. And we also bus down veterans from there for all of our events here, as well as going up there. We handle men and women veterans, because oftentimes the women are kind of skipped over, and they're just as important as the men. We're also involved with the Wounded Warrior Project, homeless veterans, and we do have a lot of veterans that are in local nursing homes. And we are now on a program where we're inviting the various nursing homes up. As long as we can get transportation to get them up to our Elks Lodge, we invite them for various events. And we're also doing Christmas gifts for veterans who have no families. We're going to be providing them with Christmas gifts. So all year long there are things going on, and we're very, very fortunate with the Hazleton Lodge 200 that we have an extremely active Veterans Committee, and we have 22 members on the committee. And of course, as we say, Elks Lodges all over the country are involved as well.
Now, if someone watching right now wants to help make all these programs possible, are you taking donations for that?
We most certainly are, and it can be addressed to the Veterans Committee of Hazleton Elks Lodge 200, and it's also a deductible item for people.
All right. right, well, very good. Congratulations on all the wonderful things you do for our veterans, the men and women who serve our country, who have served and continue to serve. And again, this free dinner taking place this Sunday from noon to 5. That is at the Hazelton Elks Lodge, 200, which is on Broad Street, right near Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. So please come out. It is free for the veterans. You don't need a reservation. And if you're bringing your family along, it is $7 for non-veterans and $4 for children under 12. The telephone number also up on your screen, 454-3901. 3901. I wrote it down wrong. I apologize. 3901 if you have any questions or you'd like to make a donation to help out this very wonderful cause.
A short veterans program will also be held this Sunday during the dinner. It will take place at 1 p.m. Hey, here's the Slimer green screen, your Pennsylvania midday winning lottery numbers. Remember Ecto Cooler by High C? That was delicious. If I win the lottery, Ecto Cooler for everybody. The daily number 830, the big four 1426, Quinto 70867, Treasure Hunt 1891213. It's Football Friday, Week 10. We have the schedule when we come back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It will be a defining Football Friday, Week 10. Playoff positioning and berths are all up for grabs, and we will have the latest coming up with our Football Friday schedule. We'll talk football in a moment, but first, let's discuss this three-peat for the Phillies. Fun is a word you hear a lot around the Marion girls volleyball program, and this year especially, and John Falabelle, their head coach, told a Times Shamrock reporter that this game was the most fun the team has had all year, and they love close games. Marion took the first set 25-22, the second set 25-20, and the third 25-10. The first round of the PIAA Girls Single A playoffs is on Monday. Well, it's rivalry week in high school football. Now, I went to Bishop Hayfie High School, but when I was in college, I remember calling home to get updates on the Hazelton area Berwick game. It's one of the big ones, and it will be Hazelton area head coach Mike Brennan's first chance to be a part of it. He talked about the matchup with us earlier this week.
You know, it'll be a fun one. You know, it's great for our kids. The geography makes it intriguing. Obviously, they're right down the road. They've had tremendous success. We're trying to get to the point where we have success. We're certainly two programs at the opposite end of the spectrum right now. They are extremely big and physical up front. That's the first thing that jumps out to me about Berwick. Obviously, a receiver like Andrew Force, you know, Talanka, and you know he gives them a good runner. And Maxuga, you know, they're just a very talented team. And then defensively, you flip it over there, and they're very quick, athletic, tough, scrappy. They move exceptionally well on defense. So they're very balanced across the board, and they certainly present a major challenge for us.
Berwick is currently the number 2 seed in the District 2 AAA playoffs, but Scranton Prep is right behind them. So this showdown with the Cougars is very big for the Bulldogs. Let's check out some of the other matchups going on tonight. The Monoy area Golden Bears, they host rival Shenandoah Valley tonight, and there's a lot on the line for the Bears as they try and finish at 500. Marion Catholic and Tamaqua, I'll tell you right now, the winner of this one will end the year in the anthracite grade on the Cole scale. So there, I don't have to tell you how big this game is, but I will in just a moment. North Schuylkill looks to end their regular season undefeated on the road at Panther Valley. Now, here's why that Tamaqua-Marion game is so big. Marion would like to be the number 2 seed in the District 11 Single A playoffs. And Monoy area, they still have a chance to clinch the 4th spot in a very, very tight race in the Single A playoffs in District 11. In Double A, North Schuylkill is up top and Tamaqua is looking in from the outside right now. They still have a chance to qualify for the Eastern Conference playoffs, and a win tonight against Marion would really, really help them out with that. On Monday, remember, it's the FYI Football Rewind with highlights and the final Cole scale of the season.
Happy Halloween. Happy birthday, Charlie Sipple. Goodbye, October, and welcome to Short Shots. Hi, everybody, and congratulations to the world champions of Major League Baseball. I'm not a fan of Halloween, never have been, and I'll be glad tomorrow morning when it's over. But right now, it's time to recap this past week. Last Friday in Birdsboro, Hazelton area lost to Daniel Boone 42-27. Zach Stokowski contributed 215 yards of total offense, 128 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Ryan Heller had his best game of the season, throwing for 219 yards and 1 touchdown, while Tristan Williams kicked 2 field goals and 3 EPs. The Cougars are 1-8. Marion Catholic shut out San Luis Valley 41-0 behind Nico Agosti's 3 touchdowns and Nick Sully's 2. The Colts are 6-3. Injured running back KJ Snur did not play. Other scores of local interest: Crestwood Wallop Williamsport 56-23, undefeated at 9-0. The Heighton tamed Tamaulipas 48-6. And the biggest shutout romp in the state last weekend, Northwest area trampled Tunkhannock 56-0. On Saturday, Penn State lost a toughie to Ohio State 31-24 in 2 overtime and 1 really bad call, plus 1 delay of game on a 49-yard field goal that was not called. Auburn beat South Carolina 42-35. LSU upset Ole Miss 10-7 in Baton Rouge. And TCU scored 82 points while crushing Texas Tech 82-27. On Sunday, the Eagles blew one to the Cardinals in Arizona. And on Monday night, the Redskins upset everyone with the 2017 win over the Cowboys in Dallas. What else? Tom Brady threw 5 touchdown passes for the Patriots in the win over the Bears. 12-time cornerback Pro Bowler Champ Bailey is calling it quits after a 15-year NFL career, and Hazelton's own hero and Rays manager Joe Madden has called it quits at Tampa Bay after a 9-year stay, opting out of his contract, which is causing much anticipation on where he's going. I won't reveal my hunch, but I will hint that he will manage 81 games next season at a stadium that has no roof, and has outfield walls covered with ivy. But I have been known to have been wrong before, about 80%, and have received even hate mail advising me not to predict, but I can't help it. Anyway, Mississippi State and Florida State are number 1 and number 2 in the AP poll. Penn State is a 3-point favorite over Maryland tomorrow at Beaver Stadium, and Notre Dame is a 14-point favorite over Navy at FedEx Field in Maryland. Tomorrow night, I'm done. Make it a good one till Monday. Be a good sport and stay loose.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers. Be happy, it's Friday.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Cunningham United Methodist Church will be holding a Christmas Bazaar Saturday, November 1st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Be having a bake sale, jewelry, crafts, basket auction, and kitchen favorites. For more information, please call 570-788-3960. Our next announcement, Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham will be holding a vendor craft fair Sunday, November 23rd. Be held from noon to 5 p.m. and feature a bake sale, homemade food, over 25 tricky trays, and of course, great crafts. All proceeds benefit the church youth group. For information, just call 570-956-6500. And finally, the Schuylkill Medical Center will be hosting a Veterans Day breakfast Saturday, November 8th from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. in the Wall Auditorium located on the 3rd floor. Registration is preferred, so please call 570-621-5555. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Charlie Weaver Jr. of Whitehaven. Friends may call it the Lehman Family Funeral Service November 8th from 4 to 7 p.m. and November 9th from 11 a.m. to noon. Barry W. Brassington of Barnesville. Mass is November 6th at 11 a.m. at the St. Richard's Church. Friends may call November 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. and November 6th at 10 a.m. in the Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home. And Susan Lukanavich of Tresco. Funeral is Monday at 11 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Happy Halloween from all of us here at FYI. We'll see you for FYI Weekend. Take it easy, everyone.